Hello, my beautiful beings of light. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanette, and I'm a high vibrational being, and I'm back with a message for the collective. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If this is not for you, then it's not for you. This is a collective information, which I feel the collective needs to know. We've been saying this to the collective for a long time. Those who get the messages that are connected to spirit, to the Most High God, we have been sharing this news and information with the collective ever since I will speak for myself, ever since I've connected with my Most High God, ever since I had my awakening, my true awakening, ever since Holy Spirit has come into my vessel. When I seen that white light, when I reached a point where I can't even describe, but Spirit has been sending me messages through dreams, through books, through many different avenues, to expose the corruption, to expose the people and leaderships. I am here as a divine being of the Most High, a reincarnated soul who brings light to where there is darkness. I am here to expose all those who are committing injustice against humanity. And there is nothing that you or anyone could do to harm or hurt. I am a sovereign being. I declare that over my body, my soul, and my spirit. I declare that over my finance, my home situation, my mind, my children's life. Everything that is not of the highest good, karmics. Anything that is not of the highest good, I will reveal it to the collective. I'm going to start off by first, God guided me this morning to read from Psalm 24. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness there of the world, and those who dwell therein. For he has founded upon the seas and established it upon the rivers. Who shall ascend to the hill of the Lord? And who shall stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who does not lift up his soul to what is false and does not swear deceitfully, he or she will receive blessings from the God Lord and the righteousness from the God of his salvation. Such is the generation of those who seek him, who seek the face of the God of Jacob. Lift up your heads, O gates, and be lifted up on ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord, strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O gates, and lift them up, O ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. Yes, he is the King of glory. Namaste. A very, very divine being. Very loving. God is here. But I'm going to also, I put down some messages in my book this weekend. Hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. Hope everybody had a cool weekend. It has been hot. So I hope everybody's staying in the light as well. Only take what resonates, and this is not for everybody. Those in dark, you know. Those in the light, you know as well. These are a couple of quotes that I've thought that they were interesting to provide to the collective. You assist an evil system most effectively by obeying its order and decrees. An evil system never deserves allegiance. All allegiance to it means partaking of the evil. So allegiance is partaking of the evil. A good person will resist an evil system with his or her whole soul. This was a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. This is another quote from Jorge Luis Burgos. I believe that in time we will have reached the point where we will deserve to be free of government. There's going to become a time where there will not be governments that's going to control humanity because of the evilness that they have done. And I'm going to read from this book. I'm going to read from this publication. And it's called Tools for Freedom. Knowledge is power. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Martin Luther King Jr. When people fear their government, there is a tranny. When government fears the people, there is liberty. That is by Thomas Jefferson. You are being called to master your minds, God says. The New World Order, depopulation of anti-human agenda. I rebuke this to the blood of Jesus and bind it and transmute it to the light of the Most High God, in Jesus' name. Amen. Nanoparticles. Do you know what nanoparticles are? Chemicals are linked to direct energy weapons because chemical trails contain fire accelerants like aluminum, which leads to greater fires that can be ignited by direct energy weapons. Chemical trails are linked to HAARP technology, can manipulate metals in the air for greater effect. Did you know that? Exposing royal occults, symbolisms. No symbol is evil. Symbolisms are information energy. They made out symbols to be like SWAT stickers to be evil. Learn what these symbols are because they're information. And I wrote in my personal feelings, and I'm going to read it. It saddens me that many will choose to stay in darkness and not have the faith in our Divine Father that they are able to heal themselves. Instead, they will stay in fear. No one can make you believe that there is a loving, forgiving, compassionate, and true God. Those who have faith will be saved, and those who are in darkness will meet their Maker. If only you was able to see, feel what these dark forces are doing to humanity, you will 1,000 choose to be at service to God. There are many who choose to serve another God. Please do not have any anger towards them. The truth is that they are not truly in control. Their thoughts are not their own. There are two, they are two, and there are two slaves to this agenda. Many presidents, prime ministers, royal family members are parts of an international satanic network or a cult which operates around the world doing satanic rituals. They can open they can open themselves up to these dark non-human forces. Demonic possessions occurs, and then the devilish agendas get transformed into the governmental policies around the world. Isa very own Makia Freeman exposes how this satanic network is structured and who is involved and names them. So I'm going to read from here. Humanity is currently being attacked by multiple fronts. You are under a grave assault aimed at every aspect of who you are, targeting you on a physical, legal, mental, and spiritual levels. There is a dark force which is trying to wear you down. This force has been operating behind the curtains for millennia, working through various bloodlines, politicians, and other societal leaders to bring about what they call a NWO, which is New World Order, or worldwide centralized dictatorships. Let's start with the tangible levels. You are being attacked politically and legally. This takes place via the loss of your alienable, inherent, God-given, sovereign human rights. These rights are being chipped away all the time, whether it's censorship, attacking freedoms from speech, the gun grabbing agenda, attacking the right to self-defense, or obligatory surveillance attacking our right to privacy. Everything that I'm saying has been done to me, and I speak about it because I have experienced, and I've been saying this on my YouTube channel ever since I had my awakening. Many who have experienced this, a lot of leaders from other countries who have tried to expose the government have been placed in jail, have been taken out, and said other things have happened. And the truth is, it's a hidden agenda. The average American has very little say in how he or she is governed. As control continues to be consolidated at the top of the pyramid run by an interlocking corporate government structure. The next most visible level we are being attacked is the economical level. In almost every nation around the world, banksters from the New World Order bloodline families has seized control of that country's money supply by instituting a private central bank that has a monopoly over currency issuance. Here in the United States, the bank is called the Federal Reserve, but it's neither federal. It's a private bank that is not part of the government, nor does it have a reserve. It is constantly refuses audits on its money and gold. The US dollar was permanently taken off the gold standard in 1971 by Nixon. Since then, all money is paper money or flat currency, backed by nothing of value. It can be printed on the whim of the bankers and politicians. This control of money supply leads to inflation and artificial booms and busts. recessions, depressions, which ultimately leads to the destruction of the middle class. The cost of living increases, qualities of life diseases, life decreases, and people become stressed by being thrown into survival mode and struggling to make ends meet. This is happening big time right now before our eyes. Society is being transformed into two-tiered worlds of rulers and slaves. Those without money have to perform all the jobs to serve the rulers. The third way you are being attacked is chemically. This occurs through the introduction of synthetic and toxic chemicals into your body, leading to diseases and death. Sadly, our food and our water has been compromised, just like the air we breathe. Decades of chemical trails via geoengineering operations have poisoned our atmosphere into the introduction of elements like aluminum, barium, and strontium, not to mention exotic forms of synthetic life and nanotechnology. Our foods and water have become tainted with heavy metals, the industrial toxics and byproducts of big pharma and big agri, including forever chemicals that don't break down the remains in the water as it cycles throughout society. Additionally, we have to contend with GMOs, genetic modified organisms, and bioengineered lab foods, both which alter the very structure of food and transform it from something natural to something synthetic. The fourth kind of attack is the pharmaceutical assault. The products of big pharma are almost always synthetic petrochemicals, since anything natural cannot be patented and therefore cannot give them a market monopoly or produce much profit. Many big pharma's drugs and other, I can't say that word because I will be taken off of YouTube, contain two toxic elements, fluoride, that study shows can lead to lower IQ, brittle bones, infertility, toxicity, and a deactivated pineal gland. And aluminum that study shows can lead to dementia, Alzheimer's, and neurodegenerative disease. And if you want to know, there's information in this book, I don't know, that give you certain books that you could buy to get certain stuff to alleviate these issues. But when you with God, you will heal yourself completely. Traditional, I can't say that word, also contains toxic and carcinogenic ingredients, adjuvants such as mercury and formaldehyde. The new mRNA, can't say that word, launched during 2019. Renowned neurotherapist and natural healer Dr. Dietrich, that's Dietrich, last name is Klinghardt, discovered the unique combinations of aluminum, fluoride, and glyphosate, the chemical first brought to the market by Manistow and Bayer via its infamous pesticide, Roundup, produced the perfect storm of dangerous chemicals combinations when activated by EMF via 5G frequency like 2.4 gigahertz broadcast by Wi-Fi, mobile phones, headsets, cell phones, etc. This combination infiltrates the pineal gland, the seat of the soul, as just discussed. It classifies and shuts it down, thus cutting you from your higher consciousness and keeping you stuck in a low vibrational prison. Now, none of this is by accident. The fifth kind of attack is the hormonal assault. We humans are magnetic, binary beings, despite what the propaganda of the transgender agenda may tell you. In humans, it is the production of several levels of hormones, which leads the developing fetus to become either female or male. As it transpires, there is a vital nutrient that has been demonized by the mainstream science for decades, which makes these hormones. It is their fundamental building block, yet Big Pharma pushes drugs to reduce it. Under hormonal attack, women develop abnormal levels of estrogen, progesterone, and other hormones which can lead to PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. That's so funny because I had several cyst operations and infertility, while men develop low testosterone, which can lead to impotency and infertility. The lower testosterone levels leads to low testosterone levels in either gender means more docility, less independence, and less likelihood to rebel, exactly what the ruling class wants. It also goes without saying that the hormonal attack on both genders can result in infertility and less children born, an obvious indication that it is part of the broader NWO, depopulation, anti-human agenda. The sixth vector is the electromagnetic attack. We are electromagnetic beings. Know who you are. Know that we came from a divine Father, creator of everything. We vibrate to certain frequencies, some of which are aligned with health, and some not. Modern wireless technology uses frequencies millions or billions times higher than the natural Schumann resonance of the earth. These days, with all cell phone towers blanketed across the world, we are swimming in an EMF soup of 5G and Wi-Fi, especially in cities. Although invisible, these unnatural waves are a fundamental assault to our health that cannot be underestimated. Sorry, I don't know that word. Studies have shown that common EM frequencies are enough to take out insect life, destroy bee colonies, disorient birds, kill plants to close by and cause severe illnesses to sensitive people. There is also a strong theory that suggests that every time a new form of EM technology has been rolled out in our history, radio, technology has radio, mobile phones, etc., that it has resulted in a pandemic that takes out many people, but which was falsely blamed on certain bacteria. The seventh and final aspect of the assault against you can be dubbed into nanotech invasion, as it involves dispersal of tiny little synthetic particles throughout the environment and in everything we eat, wear, and touch. The plan is to inundate humanity with these nanoparticles to the point where it will be impossible not to have some of them in your body. This agenda was greatly accelerated during, can't say that, because of the, can't say that either, we're a way to get even more of those nanorobots into people. Independent investigation into the contents of these, whatever, I'm going to move right along. Evidence showed them connecting to circuits inside people's bloodstreams. Other people found weird worm-like fibers. As creepy as this is, there are some solutions. Connect with God and you could get rid of everything that has been done to you. I'm just saying, I can't read too much because there's no freedom of speech here. And people say it, and I am always the one that is being shut down on my channel. This catalog contains a category called man-made environmental assaults. Some of the 7 types of attack listed above are included in that category. Many man-made environmental assaults are interconnected, thus further cementing the idea that there is a broad, coordinated assault on humanity across various levels. For instance, chemical trails are linked to DEW, directed energy weapons, because the chemical trails contain fire accelerants like aluminum, which leads to greater fires. I already read this, I already wrote this. It is vitally important to understand that this attack is orchestrated by non-human forces. This explains the apparent absurdity and contradictions of humans in high positions of power, polluting the very air they breathe and water they drink. The truth is that they are not fully in control. Their thoughts are not their own. They are too slaves to this agenda. Many presidents, prime ministers, and royal family members are part of an international satanic network or a cult which operates around the world during satanic rituals. They open themselves up to these dark, non-human forces. Demonic possessions occur, And then the devilish agenda gets transformed into governmental policies around the world. In conclusion, you need to become aware that you are under assault from all directions. The attack is, at its core, part of an anti-human agenda. This topic is massive, far larger than the control of money supply, the polluting of the environment, or the capture of governmental agencies. It is no exaggeration to say that this attack is trying to weaken you, brainwash you, transform your genetic, and overtake your body with synthetic life forms. Take heed to various solutions offered throughout this article, ranging from nascent iodine to boron to pineal gland activation and nanobot removal to protect yourself against insidious attack. The answer to this conspiracy is sovereignty. Learn how to assert your sovereignty in the areas of health, body, integrity, economics, and the mental realm to kick out the parasites. You could do this. I don't know how you feel, but I know how I feel, and I know how God feels, because he's saddened by many of those who are enslaved at this time and are under serious attack. Serious spiritual. This is spiritual. This is spiritual. Know who you are. Declare your sovereignty. Seek the Most High God. Heal from all demonic forces who are trying to take control of your mind. Take control of your soul, your spirit, your children's spirit, your divine lineage. Enslavement of humanity is over. This agenda, this is God's battle. Okay? This is God's battle. You have to give this all to God. And release yourself and connect and believe that you will be healed from all illnesses. Whatever they throw at you, whatever they put at you, whatever they feed you. I know, I speak from experience. It's been done to me ever since I was a child. They know who I am. They know my purpose on this planet. This is a political agenda this is non-human, okay? This is forces from the darkness that they have conjured up very long time ago, but they still do it. That's why the readers keep getting these readings on these people who are doing this work. They're trying to keep it a secret. They have meetings in high places. They dress like they're humans, vessels. But there's a hidden agenda. There are other things that that is very interesting. I only take what resonates, okay? But I think there are messages out there that is given to the public, and people, they turn away from these information. It's like it's not real. It's a conspiracy? No. It's as much real as it is God. Okay? It is as much real as it is God. I'm going to read from another article, which I find very interesting. This one came from Scoop Fight, this article. Okay? So I'm quoting for, this is not mine, this is what I'm reading. By Dr. Ron Paul. Peace breaking out in the Middle East and U.S. leaders are not too happy. While we are being distracted by the ongoing Russia-Ukraine WAR and the administration increasing involvement in the WAR, tremendous developments in the Middle East have all but ended decades by U.S. meddling in the region. Peace is breaking out in the Middle East, and Washington is not happy about it. Take, for example, the recent meeting of relationships between Saudi Arabia, previous adversaries, Iran and Syria. A China brokered deal between Saudis and Iran has them re-establish full political relations and resume airline flights between the two former bitter enemies, with the foreign ministers of both countries meeting in Beijing. It is the highest level meeting between the two countries in 7 years. Additionally, Radha, RIYADH, is expected to invite Syria back into the Arab League, and Syrian President Assad may attend the next Arab League summit. Syria was suspended from the Arab League 12 years ago when the U.S. allies in the Middle East signed on to Washington's Assad must go policies that wreaked havoc across the region. And the earliest decades-long WAR in Yemen, which has devastated that population, appears to finally be ending, as Saudi Arabia is expected to announce an end to its Yemen, and Saudi delegation is arriving to negotiate a peace deal. To normal people, the idea of peace breaking out in the Middle East is a wonderful thing, but Washington is anything but normal. President Biden detached his CIA director, William Burns, to Saudi Arabia in a surprise visit. According to press reports, Burns was sent to express Washington's surprise and frustrations over the peace deal going through. Biden's foreign policy team has left blindsided by Saudi Arabia's sudden move to get along with its neighbors. I don't know why. I understand the powers, the forces that be don't want people to have any relationships with other countries. This is what the United States love to do. They love to create havoc. They love to create wars. They love to... The White House is angry that Saudi Arabia will start trading with Syria and Iran because two countries are still under crippling U.S. sanctions. One by one, as these countries begin ignoring U.S. demanded sanctions, the entirety of the U.S. foreign policy is being exposed as a paper tiger, just blusters and threats. Middle East involvements have revealed a dirty secret of the U.S. foreign policy. If you believe in God and you believe in the Most High, you know no man, no weapon, no could be formed against you. We need to understand when we are in allegiance with the Most High God, there is nothing or no man or no system or no president or no outside of God could ever harm and hurt. We have to stand in our power and know that these forces have no control over God's children, no matter where you come from. Middle East developments have revealed a dirty secret about U.S. foreign policy. Washington has for a long time used a divide and conquer. We are all the same. We are all God's children. We came from a divine being. Let's stop being divided through these systems that are not at service to us. No more division of God's children through religion, through cultures. Let's stand up and be peaceful, loving beings to one another. Let's work together to have a beautiful world without these demonic forces. If you claim your sovereignty, you claim your divine being, there's nothing that no one can do to harm you or your country, your space, your place. Strategies to keep countries in the Middle East and elsewhere at each other's throats. Sanctions, covert operations, and color revolutions have all been used to make that these countries do not get along. Do you see what they have done? Not get along with each other, and that the DS controls who runs the show. God runs the show. I give no man, I give no country, I give nothing to no president. I said God is in control. I claim my sovereignty and the sovereignty over humanity, over our people, of all nations, of all colors, of all religion. I claim peace, resolutions, that these demonic energies turn away. You have no right, you have no control. You need not to hurt or harm any of God's children. As unlikely as it may seem to some, China has moved into the region with a different policy. China seeks business partners, not to manipulate the internal politics of the Middle East. They may be ruthless in their own way, but it's suddenly clear that countries of this region are tired of U.S. meddling and are looking for new partners. We non-interventionists are often attacked as isolationists. But as I have been saying all along, it is the neocons and interventionists of Washington who are really isolating us from the rest of the world. Look around you. Nowhere is that more evident these days than in the Middle East. It didn't have to be this way. But if this is the end of the U.S. meddling in the Middle East affairs, then ultimately it is a good thing for the American people, for the world, and for peace. Ron Paul, a former U.S. representative from Texas and a medical doctor, continues to write his weekly columns for the Ron Paul Institute for peace and prosperity. You could go online at www.ronpaulinte.org. If you want to take, you could go on that website. Get more information on what is really going on. The things that they keep secret, that they don't want you to know, what they're doing, how their vessels has been hacked and taken. You have to forgive these people. You have to forgive these people and let God handle them. Do your healing. Seek God. It is so much that they have done. I'm going to read a last article here because I came to reveal things that are being done in our world that many don't know. And they're doing it to your health. And they're doing it to your mind. Your mind is very powerful. Heal your mind. Stop letting these energies put fear in your life. Seek God and have compassion and love for everything and everyone. Strange Days, Strange Skies by Glenn Boyle. In the lifetime of chemical trails, you are breathing ethanol, dibromide, virally mutated modes, nanoparticles, aluminum, all these fibers, bioactive chemicals. Bioactive. Do you know that? Award-winning investigative reporter Will Thomas found over 300 types of viral mutated fungi in chemical trails fallout. Other investigators have reported finding other 26 metals including beryllium, aluminum, uranium, and a variety of infectionists, pathogens, and chemicals and drugs including sedatives in chemical trail fallout. Sedatives put you to sleep. You're tired. You go outside, you're tired, you wonder why you're tired. You just came from chemicals. Dr. R. Michael Castle reports the finding of cationic polymer fibers. Dr. Hydegrade Stranger and Dr. Ram Kargoon have reported finding of tiny parasitic nanodot eggs of some type incised in the fiber. Additionally, Doctors Staninger and Kargoon and researcher Jan Smith have reported finding self-replicating nanomachines and rivers of silicone wild through the bodies of Morgellons infected. Researcher Clifford, I don't know these names, it's very difficult. Canachrome has found chemical trail fibers and abnormal blood cells that are an exact match of the bizarre fibers and blood cells found in Morgellons disease. That's Morgellons disease. Welcome to the brave new world of toxic skies, weather controlled, mind controlled, and population control through the use of chemical trails, modulated, and electromagnetic frequencies generated by HAARP. Chemical trails are not to be confused with harmless contrails. Contrails dissipate lung cancer, asthma, pulmonary, respiratory problems, as well as the emergence of a bizarre and frightening new plague, Morgellons disease. I guess that's something new. Morgellons. An infection with previously unknown agents that appear to be a synthesis of a lab-created pathogen combined with self-replicating nanotechnology. Who you think they're getting this from? The dark forces, dark agenda, the reptilians, the draconians, the Greys. Over 6,000 families in the United States are now affected by this disease. I am just one of the infected. My health and the family of my family have already been drastically affected. There is a mainstream media blackout on this subject. So the only way to get the word out is by word of mouth. Realize or not, people are leaving from chemical trail related illnesses. People are leaving from forms of Morgellons disease. During this time of chemical trails, a shocking drop in general life expectancies in the United States has occurred. This situation represents an immediate and serious threat to you and your family. We must join together to stop this insane program of chemical spraying now. At this point, just stopping the chemical trails would not only be nearly enough. It is becoming increasingly apparent to researchers that virtually the entire population has most likely been affected by chemical trails pathogens and this disease. The government to date has basically done nothing to fund research to find a cure. Fox, in charge of the hen house. Government to date has basically done nothing to fund research to find a cure for Morgellons problems, and understandably, as it would be like putting the fox in charge of the hen house. Scientist Clifford Canacom has been formidable in his research without funding. I'm sorry, I lost my space. Wait. Scientist Clifford Canacom has been formidable research into chemical trails and Morgellons disease for over a decade. Working on his own without funding, he has managed to make an important discovery about the nature of Morgellons disease and the effect of chemical trails in the environment and the population. Alert your community regarding the chemical trail caused climate change and health crisis the world is experiencing. For more information and free videos on YouTube, do a web search for why the world are they spraying? Why in the world are they spraying? No, why in the world they're putting these it's like I knew it because I see the animals. I see the these chemical trails that come down to our earth, and we have to breathe this thing. It's so crazy how they really want to control humanity, but this is God's world. There is nothing that they could do. Nothing. Nothing they could do. They could do everything, but God is going to put a stop to all this. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. God is big, and God is going to make sure this is his battle. Those who are doing this, they will see God. You cannot be in leadership and continue to do this to God's world. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. It's a lot to sometimes take in. It's like, is it real? It's real, 100% real. Been poisoned. There have been cameras in my home, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of divine beings that are on the channel that are exposing the same thing that I'm speaking on, that has been also been written, that has been told, that is it's the knowledge, the tools are out there. It's just you need to awaken to what is really going on. They never wanted their secrets to come out. Never. They thought they were going to get away with it. I see this. There's going to be balance. There's going to be balance in this world. God is going to make sure that whatever was done in the dark is being brought to the light. Whatever they thought they was going to do and continue to do to humanity, you don't have that. Well, I love you guys, and I just wanted to bring that out. And I don't know, what's your opinion? What do you think? What do you think about the chemicals they're using to your children, causing health problems? I'm going to read another article. This is by Albert Hubbard. Who is the great man? Listen, and I will tell you. He is great who feeds others' minds. He is great who inspires others to think for themselves. He is great who tells you things you already know, but which you did not know you knew until he told you. He is great who shocks you, irritates you, confronts you, so that you are jolted out of your wounded ways, pulled out of your mental ruts, lifted out of the mirror of the commonplace. I thank the thinkers, the poets, the painters, the sculptors, the singers, the publishers, the inventors, the businessmen who have lived and are now living. I thank protocols, amphibians who made the most beautiful city in the world has ever seen, and are repaid with persecution and death. I thank Aristotle, the mountain guide, and the school teachers who knew how to set bad boys to work. I thank James Watt, the Scotch boy, who watched his mother's tea kettle for a purpose. I thank Volta and Galavni, who fixed their names, as did Watt, in the science that lighten labors and carries the burden that once bowed human backs. I thank Benjamin Franklin for his spirit of mirth and persistency, his patience and common sense. I thank Alexander Hubolt and his brother William Hubolt, those two brothers, twain, who knew that life is an opportunity. I thank Shakespeare for running away from Stratford and holding horses at a theater entrance, but not forever. I thank Arkwright, Hargreaves, Crompton, and those brains leaped, the looms that weave the tireless hands and wealth, the warp that human bodies wear. I thank Thomas Jefferson for writing the Declaration of Independence, for funding public school systems, for dreaming of a college where boys and girls would study, learn, and work, enjoy. I thank Brock Spinoza, gardener, scientist, humanist, for being true to the decades of tides and divinity that played through his soul. I thank Charles Darwin and Herbert Spencer, Englishmen, for liberating theology from superstition. I thank Dandel, the Irishman, Draper, the American, Herschel, the German, B. Johnson, the Scandinavian, and Adam Smith, the Scottish, for inspiration and help untold. These men and others like them, their names perhaps less known, have made the world a fit bedding place for liberty. I don't know. Their graves are mounds and their flares freedom torch. And I thank and praise to the simple, honest, unprecedented millions who have worked, struggled, coiled, carrying heavy burdens, often paid in ingratitude, spurned, misunderstood, who still worked and succeed or failed, robbed of recognition and the results of their toil. To all these who sleep in the forgotten graves, my heart goes out in gratitude over the years and the centuries and the ages that have passed. Albert Hubbard, 1856, was an American philosopher and writer and artist. I want to say to those who are on YouTube, those who are bringing this agenda into the light, I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the messages that you receive from the Most High God. Thank you for not deceiving the collective, not being fake prophets. Thank you for exposing the traffickers. Thank you for exposing injustice. Thank you for speaking on your truth. Continue to bring these things to the light so that way you could free yourself from the bondage of enslavement that has been done for thousands of years. Clear your DNA. Know that you are in control of your own mind. Don't let these systems separate you from the Most High God. Don't let cultures, your own culture, your own spiritual, whatever, stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for your right. Stand up for the injustice that you had faced, but stand up in a way that is forgiving and loving. Bring it to the light. Through music, through art, through however way you want to bring it out into the light. Stand in your power. Stand in your power. Don't ever be afraid, because nobody has control over you. I love you. I hope you guys really, it only take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. But everything is coming to the light. And this is God's world, not man's world. So we are creating a new heaven on earth. And that's God's agenda, not the hidden secret society agenda. Namaste. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. And my Cash App is $BELIVE201. I know you guys don't like giving me money because you don't want me to be, but God has a plan, and I will always wait for my God. Everything happens in divine timing, and I'm very thankful for this journey. I love you all. Namaste. Bye.